O'Leary, and I work with Operation Blessing, and we're here in San Juan, Puerto Rico at the Roberto Clemente Coliseum, where Operation Blessing has set up its logistical HQ as part of Operation Agua. So I'm just going to explain a few of the things we have going on here and what we're trying to accomplish as part of Operation Agua. So this is the primary unit we're using here and we're distributing later today. This is the Colder Clarity filter. It's a household unit with a gravity-fed filter here on the top of the unit. Today we're going to be distributing 120 of them, but we've already distributed very many of them throughout the island, which I'll show you a little bit later. All the family has to do is pour unsafe water in the top, and over time the bottom part of this unit will fill up, and then as you can see there's a tap that when the family needs water to drink, they just can pull the tap like you would do with a regular igloo cooler and fill their cups. There's not a one-size-fits-all water solution, though we found this to be the most effective here in Puerto Rico. Through our response for the disaster, we have several other tools that we've been deploying here for safe water treatment.
How many gallons is that?
It's 12 gallons.
12 gallons, that one unit holds 12
Yeah,
gallons?
12 gallons.
Okay. And they use that for drinking, they use it for cooking?
Cooking and washing their dishes.
Washing their dishes. Okay.
So we've also done a lot of water treatment with chlorine, and so we have several machines here that produce sodium hypochlorite to treat water, which is organic chlorine, so it's not as dangerous as the chemical ones. And all it takes is a mixture of salt and water. They make a salt brine, and this is an SC200, which we've used in disasters like Nepal, but we've also deployed some here, and it produces enough chlorine for a medium-sized community. Then we have also the H2Go, which is a solar-powered handheld chlorine machine, which is good for a household. And as you can see here with the pictographs, all a person has to do is say how much water they want to treat, and this unit will make a mixture that has the strength to treat all the water for that. Our largest, and that we've deployed in several areas around Puerto Rico, is the San 6 here. We've used it in disasters, including when we were responding to Ebola in Liberia. It can fill a 50-gallon drum with sodium hypochlorite. So this is a really effective unit, especially in hospitals who have a large demand for chlorine, especially in the wake of a disaster. We have other water systems that we've been able to deploy throughout the island. This is one that we have received from our partner Water Mission. As you can see, we have several of these units over to the side, as well as some of our stronger water systems where we want to treat water at the source. A water system, as opposed to a filter that's going to be used at a household, is going to treat a much higher capacity of water, somewhere, depending on the system, from 20 to 40,000 gallons a day. Another tool we've used not associated with water treatment or safe water is the solar lights. We've given out over 2,000 of these solar lights, which of course were really important as the grid was recovering here in Puerto Rico. So we would usually give about 2 of these per family. As you can see, they charge through a solar panel here at the top, and there's varying settings for light here. So if you just look over here, we have a lot of the equipment. We have a full-time water manager who has experience with companies like Severn Trent, who has been installing water systems throughout the island, including in at least 2 hospitals, and partnering with several municipalities. So these are his tools of the trade. I'm not going to pretend to be the expert that he is, but he has been diligently installing many of these systems where the municipalities have requested them. You can even see, because they can produce so much clean water, you can see these large black tanks that allow for the storage of safe water to be held by when it's paired with a system.
Those are used for hospitals, schools?
Hospitals or municipalities. We haven't. I don't think we've installed as many of these in the schools. They're quite labor intensive, but hospitals and with municipalities, including one municipality who decided to make theirs mobile by installing it in the back of a truck.
What's in the crates?
These are more parts for water systems, either cells or membranes used for purification. We've used several different technologies, including in Vieques, where we've used reverse osmosis.
Tell us what's going on right here, right now, because I see that logistically you're receiving some materials.
So, as I stated, the polar clarity filters are the main focus of Operation Agua, just because they're highly mobile and really fit well a family or classroom unit. So in the last 3 or 4 days, we've received 5 containers that are loaded with pallets of these polar clarity filters. So that stand-up filter I showed you before, in each one of these pallets, there's 40 of those filters. So when we talk to Paolo, he's running our warehouse here, he could probably tell you the exact number we have. But we're receiving a lot of these filters that, with our partners at Operation Agua, we're hoping to get out all over the country.
Those portable filters you had mentioned go directly to the communities.
Mm-hmm.
How's the network as far as how do you identify where these filters go?
So we have strong partnerships, of course, with the municipal governments, and they're really able to connect us with a lot of community leaders who can mobilize communities for large-scale distributions of 100 up to 300 filters at a time. Then the Association de Maestros has a huge network within all the teachers and the teachers union here in Puerto Rico, and so they're doing a lot of the legwork as far as distributions and coming. So they'll come to our logistical headquarters here and tell us how many filters they need, and then we'll provide them with the filters for them to take to the schools. So also the Association of Public Servants is another one that we're coordinating. So most of the distributions on a day-to-day basis are done by the Association de Maestros and the Association of Public Servants. We're doing a lot of the work, as you see here now, in getting the units on the island and getting them ready to go out.
Tell me what these maps are all about.
So these maps are tracking what we've been able to accomplish as far as our distribution and coverage here in the municipality of San Juan and throughout the island. If you look, you can see there's a key to the map that each color push pen is specific to a different clean water or other distribution. So the large water systems that I was showing you are in the green. We have electric generators in blue. The polar clarity filters, which of course you can see that we're pushing a lot, are the black. Construction projects, which we've done a few house rebuilds, are in pink. The yellow are solar light distributions, which were primarily at the beginning of our disaster response. And then the large chlorine generators are in purple, right here. So this is all of San Juan. And then with our partnership with our partnerships in Operation Agua, this is a lot of where we've been able to mobilize throughout the island.
So throughout the island, you've pretty much covered how many municipalities have you covered out of the 78?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
15 municipalities?
And then 16 if you like, because San Juan's got its own. We didn't double up here. 16. Our hope is for complete coverage. We feel like logistically we have the resources to do it, but with more support, it's really going to determine how far we can go.
I see on the Puerto Rico map you got the red or the blue and the green and the orange, and you got some red there. Explain to me. I think that relates to the key.
The key. There's a new key here.
Okay.
So the green are those large water systems. Like for example here, is one of the reverse osmosis systems, which was essential because of the salinity, because there was a lot of salt in the water here. Pink is still construction, so we've done a couple construction projects in Humacao, San Lorenzo, and Barberia. Oh, and that's a barber shop we've done here in Salinas. They just finished it yesterday. And then solar lights are still yellow, and the Kohler filters are still the black ones. So for example, I just visited Salinas, so we have 160 filters we've given out there, but I know that part of them have gone to a bilingual school we're supporting there, where they have 7 filters, 1 for each grade. And so that's how they're making sure the children have safe drinking water, which I can tell you after feeling the heat there in Salinas, it's important that the kids stay hydrated.
Explain to me the construction. What do you mean by construction projects?
Yeah, construction projects. So if you look behind the maps here, you can see a lot of the construction materials we've been able to acquire. But they're varied, really. Sometimes they're in helping someone rebuild their business that was damaged in the hurricane. This includes a barber shop we just finished, and we've also helped a restaurant, but it's also home reconstructions. So we found one family that we rebuilt their house, and it was a single mother who both of her children had just had serious operations. One had a liver transplant, the other had a heart transplant. So we really wanted to help them, to get them someplace safe and secure because of the children's medical conditions.
Who identifies those clients?
Well, our staff will go out there. As we're doing these other distributions, we look for cases that are extreme and in need of support. So this is how we prep the units to be distributed by our partners in Operation Agua, whether it's to our community. Our partners will come here and tell us how many units they need, and as you can see, they stack really nicely, and we'll count out how many they need and load them up. So as you saw the units set up before, this is the bottom part, this is the top where the filter will sit, and you can see the stand is on the other side here. So these are being shipped directly from the States. That's our main contribution in coordinating logistics, is getting these from Kohler here to Puerto Rico. So you can see how they're all packed in. This is 40 units, 40 filters here. This is the actual filter in here, the great stand, the bottom, and the top. And then in another box below is the lid. The president of our organization, Bill Horan, actually told me that Kohler had to up their production to satisfy the demand we're creating down here for these filters, so that they're having to produce more of them than they have ever planned to do to satisfy the need down here in Puerto Rico.
Okay. El stock que tenemos hoy en bodega es de 6.670 filtros. Se han repartido al día de hoy 8.340 filtros en toda la isla. Eso a través de ya sea la municipalidad, ya sea a través de la Asociación de Maestros o también de servidores públicos, así como también Operation Blessing ha entregado en algunas localidades. Junto con eso, no solo de filtros nosotros proveemos o ayudamos a la gente. Hemos hecho reconstrucciones de algunos locales comerciales para que la gente pueda volver a trabajar y pueda volver a generar ingresos. También hemos puesto equipos de osmosis, ya sea en lugares estratégicos dentro del municipio, como hogares de ancianos, colegios. Estos equipos de osmosis que hacen es purificar el agua directa de la llave, digamos, de la cañería. Se conectan a la cañería y hace el proceso de osmosis para poder entregar agua limpia para beber y para todo lo que se necesita. Además de eso, se han entregado una cantidad importante de lámparas solares, que son estas, que se cargan con el sol y iluminan, digamos, la necesidad inmediata de las personas cuando se necesita. Ahí esto se carga y después también hemos provisto de plantas generadoras a algunos locales, algunas personas o algunas instituciones, y hoy se está instalando en el hospital, por ejemplo, del maestro, un equipo de osmosis de gran envergadura que va a servir para generar agua limpia para todo el edificio completo. Entonces son algunas de las cosas que hemos hecho en el corto tiempo que hemos estado acá y esperamos seguir haciendo muchas más.
¿Cuándo empezó la operación?
La operación acá empezó, no lo tengo claro, yo llegué acá a principios de noviembre, pero tengo entendido que la operación empezó unos meses antes, o sea, pasado María, a los 15 días ya Operation Blessing estaba ya acá en la isla.
Mencionó el hospital de maestros,
Sí.
donde se está instalando...
Se está instalando un equipo de osmosis, digamos, de gran envergadura.
¿Cuántos sistemas se han instalado en los hospitales? ¿Cuántos hospitales?
Bueno, este es el primer hospital, pero tenemos otros equipos que están llegando para lo mismo. No sé si para hospitales, pero sí para instituciones o edificios, digamos, grandes.
¿Usted se llama?
Mi nombre es Paolo Traverso,
¿De qué pueblo?
de Chile.
Oh, del país de Chile.
Chile.
Muy bien.
Sí.
Hello, my name is Jorge. I'm with Operation Blessing in Puerto Rico. We're dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Maria. And today we're going to take water filters to a community that very much needs it. They are in the capital city of San Juan. The community's name is Tras Talleres. It used to be the area where they fixed and repaired the old trains back when Puerto Rico had a whole train system that was island-wide. So the community has always been not marginalized, but has always been a working community. And right now they very much need the water filters that we're going to be taking to them. The water filters have the capacity and the lifespan of a year and a half, and can clean water for 11 liters of water a day for our family. So, you know, we are able to help our family from just one person to about 6 people in the same household. We do this about every day, thanks to all the donations, and we're very, very glad. We're actually putting some of these filters in the public school systems, which are also going to help us with the kids, you know, have clean water in their school systems.